Forget Blackbeard. Forget Captain Kidd. Forget every pirate name you have ever heard. The most powerful pirate who ever lived commanded 80,000 outlaws and almost 2,000 ships. She crushed the navies of 3 empires. And when it was finally over, she did something no other great pirate in history ever managed. She walked away rich, free, and untouched, and died an old woman in her own bed. Her name was Ching Shih, and she began with nothing at all. We do not even know the name she was born with. History first finds her around the year 1800, working in a floating brothel in the southern Chinese city of Canton. She was a woman at the very bottom of her world, but she was clever, watchful, and fiercely ambitious. Then, in 1801, a notorious pirate named Zheng Yi took her as his wife. But this was no ordinary marriage. According to the stories, Ching Shih agreed only on her own terms, an equal share of his power and an equal share of his plunder. She did not marry into his crew. She married into command. Together, they did something extraordinary. The pirates of the South China Sea were dozens of rival gangs who fought each other as often as anyone else. Ching Shih and her husband united them into a single, disciplined confederation known as the Red Flag Fleet. By 1805, it already numbered hundreds of ships and tens of thousands of pirates. Then, in 1807, Zheng Yi suddenly died. Everyone expected the alliance to fall apart or to be handed to one of the men. Instead, his widow took all of it. Ching Shih moved with breathtaking skill. She secured the loyalty of her late husband's most trusted lieutenant, a young commander named Chung Po-tsai, first as her right hand and later as her husband. And through him, and through her own iron will, she took command of the entire fleet. At its height, Ching Shih commanded somewhere around 80,000 pirates and as many as 1,800 ships. Let that sink in. It was, by most accounts, the largest pirate force in the history of the world, larger than any fleet the famous European pirates ever dreamed of. And she did not run it like a mob. She ran it like a state. Ching Shih imposed a strict written code, and she enforced it without mercy. All plunder had to be registered and shared by the rules. Stealing for yourself could cost you your head. Giving unauthorized orders or disobeying a superior was punished with death on the spot. Deserting could mean losing your ears or your life. But the most striking laws of all were the ones protecting women. Under Ching Shih's code, a pirate who raped a female captive was put to death. Even consensual relations with a captured woman were severely punished. In one of the most ruthless outlaw armies that ever existed, she enforced a discipline that put many so-called civilized navies to shame. And those navies tried, again and again, to destroy her. The Chinese Empire sent its imperial fleet against her. She shattered it, sinking its ships, capturing others, and turning them against their former owners. The Qing dynasty was so desperate that it called in help from the great European powers, the navies of Portugal and Britain. And still, Ching Shih could not be beaten. She controlled whole stretches of coastline, taxed the villages and merchants who lived there, and ran a shadow empire on the water that the most powerful nations on earth simply could not break. So the empire stopped trying to defeat her. Instead, it offered her a deal. And this is where Ching Shih's true genius shows. Almost every famous pirate in history ended the same way: hanged, shot, or killed in battle. Ching Shih saw further than that. In 1810, she sailed into harbor and negotiated her own surrender, entirely on her terms. The deal was almost unbelievable. She secured a pardon for the vast majority of her tens of thousands of followers. They were allowed to keep their plunder. Many were given official positions. Chung Po-tsai himself became an officer in the very navy that had once hunted him. And Ching Shih walked away a free and wealthy woman with no punishment at all. She retired from piracy for good. By some accounts, she opened a gambling house and lived out her days in comfort and peace. She lived through the First Opium War and died in Canton around 1844 at about 69 years old, surrounded by family in her own bed. Think about what that means. We have built an entire legend around male pirates who were caught, hanged, and killed in their prime. Yet the pirate who commanded more ships and more men than any of them, who fought 3 empires to a standstill and then retired untouchable and rich, was a woman who began her life in a brothel and outthought the entire world. That is Ching Shih, the most successful pirate who ever lived, and history nearly let her sink without a trace.